playoff football has come to the west coast of Florida, and we are at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa.
The hat will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
And played a really high level in order for his team to win.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with it.
Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 38, Mariota. That's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. 4 yards the pickup for opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back. I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On 4th down, Dom Maggio out to punt. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Taken in at the 22. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory. Good coverage there. Force the ball free, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action now. Brissett sliding out of the pocket. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff. And the couldn't quite get there. Ends up getting spilled for a loss.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal. Brissett now. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Oh, my, that's a heck of a tackle right there on 3rd down. Swing it out to the back and hope that he can make a play. But let's face it, in order for him to be there and be in that position, in order to make that play, he had to read his keys and not be fooled. Excellent job in the open field.
They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. Leonard Fournette denied on 4th and goal. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand.
But that has to be what they're thinking right now.
This will be caught at about the 5. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing, Brissett. flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. The third down battle won by Atlanta's defense. 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Now and he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Second time in this first half now, Charles, that he's coughed up the football.
And both times
he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Brissett from the gun on third. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes
third down.
the short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Third and goal. Mariota. Touchdown. Bryan Edwards from 3 yards out. And the Falcons are able to move back in front. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early.
To make, because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. So that now 4 first-half sacks.
Sound of paper being ripped to shreds. That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Back near his goal line, Brissett. And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight, and this one is going to be a safety.
All right, partner, deuce is wild on this sequence. 2 plays, 2 sacks, and now 2 points thanks to the safety. Offensively, there just didn't seem to be much of a plan when they came out on attack. That led to a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone.
Receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
To the air again, Mariota. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cook.
Nice game there for a first down.
Brissett. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second? He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going.
And come up on 3rd down. Now Brissett. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Here's Brissett. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run with Patterson.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Open man, there is Patterson, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Cordero Patterson, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Falcons are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead.
On 3rd and 6. Throwing, Brissett. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
He's smart enough to
getting close to a disappointing one-and-done scenario in these playoffs. That one to the sideline, and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. And they get Tristan Wirfs, first-round pick in 2020.
To throw, Brissett. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were home.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily,
finish things off here now in this 4th quarter.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
NFC Championship, here we come.
secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.